Tennie decided to put her hands on Rob's mother, this one TikToker posted a few behind the scenes footage videos of her just hanging out, and you can see the fight break out. And we covered that in a video at the beginning of this week. And Tennie actually slid into the comments and she had a few things she wanted to say about Rob's mother. So shout out to Rose Gold Nachos on TikTok. She is the source for this tea. But here is the comment from Tennie. It says, "The scene was extremely distasteful. I agree. Here's a few bullet points that I only want to type once, so please screenshot and share as needed. 1. Up until the day of filming, Rob's mom had not said 2 words to him because when we went to visit her, she needed money and he said we didn't have it. Then she became even more mad when she found out that we went to get lunch with his dad. She got her car, she locked the door, and she wouldn't say anything to him. She didn't try calling nor texting to express how she felt. She saved it all for the camera, and this brings me to my next point. 2, every single time the TV show has called to film with her, she's made it to film with no issue, yet had every excuse under the sun as to why she couldn't make it to a single visit." That's a very valid point right there. Then she said 3, unbeknownst to y'all, I think she meant unbeknownst to y'all, I was cued off camera by the producer to intervene and ask why she would say that about me. I think this is a specific moment she's talking about here when she started to walk off and then she popped her head back in and said, okay, who are you talking to like that? And then she goes on to say, I was hoping that I would fix the underlying issues between her and Rob. Her attitude and response is what threw me for a loop because, girl, we were just cool. You hugged me, my kids, and my mom and said, I love you. And then next thing you know, she's just popping off on Tennie for no reason, treating Rob like Rob's her man. Like she's jealous and fighting for her man or something. 4, me mushing her in her face is something I had to have done out of emotion because, to be honest, I truly didn't recall that until it aired. That was my bad and I'll eat that. 4, I have always, okay, so there's 2.4s. I have always welcomed his mother with open arms and she's managed to spit in my face every single time. Baby, I'm tired that Ish gets old and as a result, her and I will never be in the same setting again. 5, the issues between her and Rob run deeper than me. I was just a candle on an already baked cake. With that being said, enjoy the remainder of the season. Thanks for reaching out. It's just so sad because from what I've seen on the show and what we've heard, I just feel like the mom cares more about money than her own son. I feel like it's very telling that she didn't come visit him at all in the 16 years he was in prison. I mean, she can't be mad at Tennie for having Rob's back because she obviously didn't. She wasn't there when he needed her and someone to show up and show that they actually cared about him. And so in this last episode, we finally get to see the aftermath and the rest of the fight. So we see that Tennie starts mollywopping on the mom and the mom falls over and Rob's trying to help protect his mother, so he falls over with the mom and Tennie's trying to get up in there. She's still trying to throw punches. She's trying to kick the mom's screaming. The production security has to jump in and pull Tennie off. The kids are traumatized as hell. The mom went storming off, calling Tennie a money-hungry bitch. I'm like, okay, but why are you mad? You're mad because he's not financially taking care of you anymore. I feel like he was probably doing more for his mother before Tennie came in the picture, and now she feels like Tennie's taking money away from her. So that's the real reason why she's upset at the end of the day, because if she really gave a damn, then she would want to be there and make the best out of the welcome home party, and she would actually want to show up for him in prison. Like, yeah, I get it. going to prison for 16 years, nobody's obligated to show up for you, especially when you get yourself in a mess like that. But if you're his mother, I couldn't imagine my kid being gone for 16 years and not at least want to go see them and check up on them. I would be curious about how they're growing and if they're learning anything from being in prison, but it just seems like the mom doesn't want to come around unless it's mutually beneficial for her. And Rob was kind of popping off on Tennie for putting her hands on his mother, and she's like, well, what did she expect? She was getting an attitude, and you know, she said the producers asked her to say that. The producers knew what they were doing. They're trying to stir the pot, and they ended up getting that little viral moment out of it. I mean, you don't have to ask everything the producers ask you to ask, and I just felt so bad for Rob, because here he is with his empty welcome home party. There's plates that are broken all over the place, food scattered all over the floor, everybody's cussing each other out. The mom was screaming at Rob after everything that he's been through, saying, oh, that bitch don't want you to take care of your mama. I mean, the mom is grown. She should find her own man to help her out. It's not Rob's job to take care of his mother. Everything I keep hearing the mom say is about you didn't help me, I need help, blah blah blah, you didn't step up for your mom. All about her. It seems like she doesn't really care how it's affecting Rob and what he's going through. I mean, I would at least want to apologize after having all that happen at his welcome home party, but the mom didn't give a damn and told him that he was never gonna see her again. I almost wonder what Rob's telling her too, because like last season we learned that they initially had this beef after Rob sent his mom money and Tennie had to do the dirty work and asked for it back instead of Rob. I wonder if like the mom's always asking for money and Rob's just continuously blaming Tennie, like, let me ask Tennie real quick, and then saying, oh, she said no. You know, we're always just putting it off on her, like she's the reason why, instead of just being a grown man and saying, look mom, I don't got it right now, I already have a family I need to take care of, and just telling her how it is. I wonder if he's always continuously blaming Tennie, and that's why the mom has so much resentment towards her. After traumatizing the kids, Tennie feels bad, and she feels like she needs to do something to make it up to her kids, because her kids said they were shocked after seeing that. This was the first time they've ever seen their mom fight someone, and Tennie feels like the best way to make things up to them is by buying them all a summer pass to the water park. And Tennie said that this isn't really the best idea financially right now, because her and Rob aren't in the best place with finances, because she claims that she's a stay-at-home mom. She isn't working, which, I mean, if you're struggling, if her kids are in school, I mean, she could go get a part-time job while they're in school, but Rob insists on being the provider, and he's got out of prison and he has not got a job yet. But spoiler alert, he just recently got a job at, I think it was FedEx 3 weeks ago. We covered in my last video on them. But I mean, that was only 3 weeks ago, and what we're seeing here, I think this was filmed at least 6-8 months ago, and this whole time neither one of them were working, but I guess they're able to make it off the money they made last season and off Rob's prison money. But now money's starting to get pretty tight, because I guess Rob had some money saved up while he was in prison, because he was big baller, shot caller, you know, with all the cell phones, and cell phones in prison are expensive as Rob got him a few good hustles in prison. He was gambling left and right, and I guess that was a big hustle for him, because he got it down to where he was winning a big majority of the time. He was stacking up thousands while he was in prison, but now he's out. Neither one of them are working. When you don't have anybody bring in any bread in the house, that money's gonna go real quick. So this whole time, neither one of them have been working, and they're kind of in a tight spot. But regardless, Tennie decided to get some season passes for the family. And the kids were talking about the whole fight with the mom and saying, oh yeah, grandma was in the wrong. I can't believe grandma did that. She's supposed to be family. And they're just confused as hell after seeing all this. That's a lot for these two kids to process, especially at their young ages. And the daughter was even saying, oh yeah, I was scared. I almost jumped in to help save you. And I mean, the daughter didn't need to jump in. Tennie had that covered. But I mean, the daughter shouldn't have to be put in a position like that. But I will say, Tennie does have some really smart children. They always surprise me how well they articulate and communicate things in their confessionals. But that is it for this video, guys. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of do feel bad for Rob. He just wanted to have a good old welcome home party and all this hot mess happened. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.